Open here at SM Shetty. Filmy Friday is finally here. We are taking you to have a chat with our special guest, Chintan Saga, acclaimed screenwriter and director. This is our interview for the event. I am your host Tanya with camera person Ayush and Yash.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are incredibly honored to have a special guest for today, acclaimed director and writer, Mr. Sarda. Sir, could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Chintan Sada. I'm a writer-director. I've done commercials, short films, web shows.
Let's begin with the questions. Mr. Sarda, you have worked in films, web series, ads, and short films. Which of this format do you prefer the most?
I think each format has its own challenge, and there are some stories which you can tell the best in a short film format, and some require like longer format, like say a web show. So each one is a different exploration. Short film you can be a lot more character-driven, narrative, so that you have a lot more to explore in a web show or short film. So yeah, each one has its own thing which excites you. Short film gives you that high, 15-20 minute you are able to tell the entire story, and sometimes you have like a punch in the end. So yeah, I think each format is special and exciting.
What is the main emotion you want the audience to walk away with once the credits for the Broken Table short film roll?
See, I don't have a specific emotion in mind for the audience, but ultimately you are trying to say that the theme is acceptance of the short film. So you want the audience to be, with Dipti's character, be invested in her character, her transformation, and the arc that she has in the end. So that's you're hoping that they feel for her, and that's the end of the film. So, yeah. But once the film is out there, then it's in public domain. Everyone has their own interpretation. Everyone has their own takeaway from each film. So you can't have a specific thing. Yehi hona chahiye. It's you try for something, and then someone else might appreciate something completely different which you not even thought of. So yeah, it's an art form. So everyone would relate to it based on their experiences, their conditioning, their life experiences. So yeah, that's what it is, I think.
Next question. Nowadays, people have shorter attention spans because of social media. Has that changed the way you think that about storytelling?
I guess that has led to say newer formats to come up, like Netflix has started this 1 hour feature film format which didn't exist earlier. So so a new format of storytelling has to be kind of adapted to find stories which can be told well in those 1 hour. So it definitely has impacted. I mean, people, now the feedback that one gets from platforms is that is it good enough for a second viewing? Second viewing, as in you expect someone to be on the phone when they're watching a show. So then is it good enough that they get everything while they're doing this? It has to be so dumbed down sometimes, and so spoon-fed sometimes that the audience does not miss on a major plot twist or whatever. So it definitely has impacted storytelling, not positively, I would say, because earlier, a 2 hour film, you would not see people on the phones and theaters, trying to be on Insta and stuff. You would just be watching that. But now it is what it is. People the brains have been wired differently. So you have to adapt to that, I guess.
For the short film, The Broken Table, you paired a legendary veteran like Nasiruddin Shah with Rasika Dugal. Sorry if I'm
Yeah, it's fine.
What was the exact moment on set where you realized, wow, this chemistry is going to make a film?
Not on the set. So we actually a lot of time before the shoot where we did rehearsals and script readings and stuff. So there was a time when we realized that they have understood the characters. They are the interplay is working. So I don't know if there was a specific moment like that, but it was. Nasir Saab wanted to do it like a play. He wanted to improvise, keep jamming on things. So, and then pandemic happened, so the shoot got pushed. So I literally got like a year and a half where I would just meet them and talk about the film and do readings. So it was a great time that I got with both these actors. And so yeah, we built on that. We just worked on it together and discovered the characters and discovered how we wanted to tell the story.
When you're writing a story, do you think about what the audience will like first, or do you write the story as you want to go to?
I don't think you can ever second guess the audience. You can only find something that is exciting to you, and then you can hope that it is also exciting someone else. But I think if you try to make a film for this people will like, then you're probably trying to attend to some cliche where this has worked, so I'm going to make something like that. They've already seen that, so why would they be wanting to see a different version of that? So I think the best shot an artist has is to really do what they have conviction for. And I mean, obviously, you'll have to be conscious of the fact that these genres are, say, sellable. So then maybe you try something in those genres. You don't try to be so experimental that you can't even sell the script. But within that framework, that अच्छा say murder mystery or a dark comedy or a thriller or a romantic comedy, उसमें then you try to find your voice, try to find your characters and story, which you are excited about, and then it may or may not work, but at least you're convinced that this works for you. So then you have a shot at audience also liking it. If you try to वो opinion poll के अच्छा सबको अच्छा लगे वैसा ही बनाएंगे, it may or may not fly.
So next question. One of your short films, The Broken Table, is being screened in our event today. Why is that specific object the anchor of this whole story?
So you've not seen the film, no? You've seen the film.
I've seen.
So Broken Table, basically, there's a scene where Nasir Saab and Rasika's character, they talk about. It's basically the film is about acceptance. So Broken Table becomes a metaphor of sorts, where it was mentioned in that scene that there was a broken table where Giri's character was very apprehensive about showing it to his girlfriend back then, now wife. But she kind of made a painting on that and accepted it. She made the crack.
Yeah.
They made a crack into a branch of that painting. So the film is talking about acceptance, that you are enough. Whatever you are, you're enough. So then that became a metaphor of sorts. So that's why we kept that as a title.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's an
That's it.
incredible perspective with us. Thank you so much for your valuable time and valuable insights.
Thank you.
It is an absolute honor.
Thank you.